He flew in from Istanbul. He had a valid visa. He had a diplomatic passport. He was handpicked by FIFA to referee the biggest football tournament on the planet. And the United States government turned him around and sent him home. His name is Omar Artan. And what happened to him at Miami Airport didn't just end one man's World Cup dream. It exposed a fault line running right through the heart of this entire tournament. Stay till the end, because this gets worse. Let's start with who Omar Artan actually is, because this isn't just some anonymous official. This is Africa's best male referee. That's not a fan title. That's the official CAF award he won in 2025. He is, by every measure, one of the finest referees on the continent. He runs his matches in Mogadishu. And just to put that in context, in an interview with Al Jazeera earlier this year, Artan described how he sometimes has to change his route to the stadium because of explosions in the city. He said, "You cannot give up as a referee. You have to have a target." That target was the World Cup. FIFA selected him. They vetted him. They gave him his assignment. And Somalia, a country that has never sent a referee to a World Cup, was about to make history. Omar Artan was going to be the first Somali to ever officiate a match on football's biggest stage. He boarded a flight from Istanbul to Miami. He had everything he needed, and then he landed. And that's when everything collapsed. Here's exactly what happened at that airport. Saturday, June 7th, 2026. Omar Artan touches down at Miami International Airport. He's come from Istanbul. He has a valid U.S. visa. Confirmed. He carries a diplomatic passport issued with the help of the Somali embassy in Nairobi. On paper, he should walk straight through. He doesn't. Instead, he's pulled for additional inspection. CBP, that's U.S. Customs and Border Protection, subjects him to what they call routine additional vetting. 11 hours, Omar Artan sat in that airport. 11 hours. 11 hours of questioning, waiting, and uncertainty. And then, after all of that, they sent him home. No explanation given directly to Artan. When he spoke to the New York Times, he said simply, "I had the right visa." He was put on a plane back to Istanbul. CBP released a statement. They confirmed a Somali national had been denied entry. They said, and I'm reading this directly, he was determined to be inadmissible due to vetting concerns. No details, no specifics. Vetting. Concerns. Here's the part that changes this story entirely. Somalia is on President Trump's travel ban list. The country is one of 39 nations whose citizens face significant U.S. entry restrictions. Now, Omar Artan had been granted a visa. Apparently that visa had been resolved. An anonymous FIFA source even told reporters his visa issues were fully sorted before he flew. But here's the twist nobody expected. A visa is not a guaranteed entry. In the U.S. system, Customs and Border Protection has the final say at the port of entry. Every single time. Having a visa gets you on the plane. It does not guarantee you get off it. So the question isn't whether Artan had a visa. He did. The question is, why? After 11 hours of questioning, did CBP still say no? Then this happened. Rudy Giuliani, yes, that Rudy Giuliani, told an event at the Atlantic Council that he was personally on the phone with the Secretary of Homeland Security and the Commissioner of CBP about this case. And he backed the decision. His words, "It was for very good reason that ultimately this referee did not get in the country." Very good reason. That he didn't share. So FIFA confirmed it. CBP confirmed it. Giuliani confirmed he was personally involved. But what did FIFA actually do about it? What did the rest of the world say? That's next. And the reaction is something else. FIFA's official response. Here it is, word for word. FIFA can confirm that match official Omar Abdulkadir Artan will be unable to train and officiate at the FIFA World Cup 2026 after he was denied entry into the United States. Then they added, in line with previous FIFA events, a host government ultimately determines who receives a visa and who is admitted into their country. Ultimately, the host government ultimately decides. That's FIFA, the organization that chose the USA as a World Cup host, basically saying not our problem. And that's a sentence that's going to follow Gianni Infantino for a very long time. And here's why this matters to every single one of you watching this. This isn't just about one referee. This World Cup is being played across 3 countries. And the United States travel ban is affecting players, officials, fans, journalists, and entire national teams. Iran's squad is based in Mexico because their federation staff can't stay in the U.S. overnight. Fans from Ivory Coast and Senegal were explicitly told their visa applications were rejected. An Iraqi striker was held at O'Hare Airport for 7 hours. This is a pattern, and it is happening at the World Cup. The backlash was immediate. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton posted, as a World Cup host, the U.S. shouldn't be flippantly barring officials from entering the country to do their jobs. It's terribly backward. It's also counterproductive. The Council on American Islamic Relations, CAIR, called it an affront to American values. Human rights organizations weighed in. Football fans worldwide were furious. In social media, it exploded. Hashtag Omar Artan trended globally. Fans pointed out the brutal irony. The USA spent years lobbying to host this tournament as a celebration of global football and then turned away the referee at the airport. FIFA did eventually make one more announcement about Artan, and what they said actually surprised a lot of people. I'll get to that, but first, here's my take on all of this, and I have an angle on this story that I genuinely haven't seen anyone else covering. All right, here's my honest take, and I want to be fair here to everyone involved. Yes, CBP has the legal authority to deny entry. Yes, every country controls its own borders. Yes, there may be information about Artan that we as the public simply don't have access to. I'll grant all of that. But here's the question nobody's actually asking. Why did FIFA award the 2026 World Cup to the United States knowing that U.S. immigration law, specifically the Trump travel ban and customs enforcement discretion, could be applied to FIFA's own referee corps? There are 196 national passports in the world. A significant number of them face U.S. entry restrictions. FIFA signed a host agreement. At what point was this a contingency plan? And here's the reframe. In December 2025, FIFA President Gianni Infantino presented Donald Trump with something called the FIFA Peace Prize at the White House. FIFA needed this World Cup to run smoothly in the U.S. They needed to stay friendly with the administration. And when Omar Artan was denied entry, FIFA's response wasn't outrage. It wasn't a formal protest. It was a press release that said, essentially, the host country decides. Meanwhile, Omar Artan, the man who had to change his route to work to avoid explosions in Mogadishu, the man who dedicated years of his life to reach football's biggest stage, released a statement with more dignity than any institution involved in the story. He said, "Despite the circumstances, I am in a positive mood, and I am focused on the next challenges in my refereeing career." That man is a class act, and he deserved better. Oh, and that other FIFA announcement I mentioned, they said they'll pay Artan his full fee, the full World Cup referee payment, as if money makes this okay, as if a check compensates for the fact that he'll never get those moments back. I want to hear from you. 2 questions. First, do you think this was purely a security decision? Or do you think Artan's Somali passport played a bigger role than the U.S. government is admitting? Second, should FIFA have renegotiated host country protections for tournament officials before awarding the World Cup to the U.S. under this administration? And here's the thing. This story about Omar Artan is actually part of something much bigger happening at this entire World Cup, a pattern of decisions that go way beyond one referee at one airport. And that is our next video. I've already started putting it together, and it connects names and decisions you haven't seen linked together yet. Every World Cup controversy, every scandal, every moment FIFA doesn't want you to see. That's what this channel is. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming. The bell icon is right there. Use it. Next video drops in 24 hours, and trust me, you'll want to be here.